thought you had seen some great takedown, bone-crushing, mat-slapping action until now, brother, you ain't seen nothing yet. And here's the man that brings it all to you. I, of course, am Mean Joe Gene Townsel, and I'm happy and thrilled and honored to introduce to you the master caller of match callers, Stepdaddy John Weber.
Oh, let me tell you something, Mean Joe Gene. This is a big, big night for us because we have got a big old star, a man who has probably one of the greatest educations in this business.
Wow.
And he's still a young man, Joe. He's still a young guy. He can
Unlike us?
Among us, he is a mere young man, but he has traveled up and down the roads so much. Let's bring him on. The folks want to stand. Folks, I believe you might have met our guest before as a fan. Why, it's Brian Kendrick. How are you, sir?
Hi, John. Hi, Joe. How are you guys? Sorry about that. That's the cat there. Yeah, just walking by just in time. Nice to see you guys.
I'm so glad you brought your manager with you.
Yeah.
I love cats, man.
Me too.
Brian, what a treat it is for you to agree to be on our little tea party here, our silly little get-together that we have in the clubhouse. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, well, thank you for having me, John. We have a mutual friend in Ryan Klum, and he told me about this, said it'd be up my alley, and it is. I love old wrestling. If it's black and white, I'll watch it. So thanks for having me. Thanks for indulging me today.
Absolutely. This is something I think I ran into this with my nephew. He's the closest thing I have to a kid. And my nephew, 30 years younger than me. So, he has a rule that he doesn't watch things in black and white. Have you run into that before? Have you run into people who are just like, oh, that's in black and white, man?
Oh, my wife, she won't want to watch a movie if it's in black and white. I think it's most people. But I think, just even this generation of, let's say, 22-year-olds, I think when they become 42 or 52, they'll probably like black and white, and just life slows down for us all, and we appreciate these slower paced things.
That is a very good piece of advice, because that is a big difference in these matches. They tend not to be very dynamic. I mean, look, you were educated. You went to you went to HBK's school.
I did, yes.
And you guys did extraordinary stuff there. And yet you appreciate the really basic stuff. Like this match is from 1961. Now, before we start watching, what is the thing that when you're watching one of these old black and white matches, what are some of the impressions that you get that really make you happy as a fan?
What I like about them is that these matches predate the modern formula of professional wrestling, which is in a lot of ways most of the time a 3-act play with us developing the characters and it being whimsical until here comes some sort of tragedy, and this being the heel taking over until inevitably our hero that we live through triumphs in the end and comes back. These matches back then didn't follow that pattern. There wasn't a comeback. It was guys going back and forth, and it was just character driven in that sense. So I like to see how they would do these things without that structure to rely on.
Absolutely. And it also is interesting that at the time, especially like in 1961, they're still comparing wrestling to boxing most of the time. And so it's a combat sport. It's, the audience is sitting in there and they don't really know, the records of the guys. They're not watching them on TV every week. So it's kind of what you see is what you get. I love that about old wrestling. What's your kitty's name?
This is Seedy. She might just keep on interjecting.
It always makes me happy when any animal jumps on a camera.
We welcome all commentary, Brian.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, these old matches though too. People say that wrestling's not for kids anymore, but it wasn't for kids back then. If you look in this audience, there isn't children. There's men in suits, and there's a lot of women of like retirement age.
Yes.
Yeah, it was totally different. Like you said, like a sport. It was an event coming to town, and it was a mature thing to go see. But with these guys in this match, these guys, in a time where stuff like a Barry Michelle Leone is so intense and realistic, and you can watch it with the sound off and it looks real, there's no way you could believe Moose Cholak is real. His mannerisms, but I don't think the people even cared. In a time where results might still be in a newspaper, you'd have to be an idiot to fall for this stuff, though. But I just don't think the audience cared. They just loved the escapism they get within this match.
It's like people say all the time, do you realize, bro, that Shakespeare is fake? It's art. It's right in front of you. And that's how audiences felt at the time. And God bless them.
Are you familiar with Roland Barthes?
No.
This is a philosopher who wrote about the thing called semiotics. But anyways, he picked apart the universe and how it was all trapped in these little things. And anyways, pro wrestling, he starts right away by likening it to, and this was in the 60s. He was French, but likening it to Shakespeare, where people would mock them. Don't you know those people aren't really dying on stage? But they don't care. It's that same thing. Wow. So yeah, it's interesting that reaffirms this. Yes.
I'll dip you in even a little deeper, because when I got into wrestling, I was on a TV show and they wanted me to do a segment about wrestling. So they sent me to wrestling school, but I'd already been an actor for a long time. And this is not just kind of like theater. This is a lot like Greek theater. It's religious. It purges the soul. It allows people to cry out and to yell and to release emotions as they're watching the match. And that's one of the most beautiful things about wrestling. It exists to this very day. People go and they just get the spirit out.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing I've learned so much in the last few months, since Matchcar started, is that the blend of the performing arts of which you both speak and the sportsmanship. I mean, you don't see that combination anywhere hardly. So that's very impressive.
That's true. A lot of actors are not doing their own stunts, but Brian was doing his own stunts.
Yes, absolutely.
And outside those ropes and over those ropes.
Yeah. And to the best of my ability, putting together that story too. And there's producers and stuff that will interject, and have their say, and it has to fit within the larger confines of the show. But a lot of times what you're told is this person is going to beat this person, and you got 20 minutes to do it. So that not only do you get to perform the stunts, then you get to piece together this physical form of catharsis for people. I love it. I love doing it.
Let's get right to it. Brian, what we do here is we do not use the sound, and hopefully that gives us, oh my God, my mic has been dead this whole time.
Thank you for letting me know, Joe.
I hesitate to bring it up verbally, but you're much better now, John. I mean, we can hear that sweet, soothing voice clearly now.
All right. Let's get over to our... Okay, right. So, sorry about this, Brian.
You're good.
I would tell you that normally we're a lot more professional, but we are not.
Part of our charm.
All right, so here we go. We We take, okay, the mic is off. Let me blow up the picture. This is, of course, Bearcat Wright versus Big Moose Cholak. This was chosen by Brian.
Is that
this
right?
is
Cool.
April 14th, 1961. And let's begin the match. Catharsis. That's a word I was trying to remember, Brian. Thank you so much for remembering that.
Catharsis.
All right. The fella right here, they're in Chicago, so he's got a heavy Chicago accent as he's saying all this. This one fall match with a 30-minute time limit. All right, that there is Bearcat Wright, 264 pounds, from Kingston, Jamaica. They use a very outdated term for black man as they introduce him. That's odd, but 1961, folks. Oh, and there's Big Moose Cholak. Brian.
Yes.
What are they doing to Big Moose?
So right now, he just got hit with an egg. Somebody in the audience just throws an egg at him. That's what's in his hand dripping right there. So my grandfather didn't watch pro wrestling. He had raised me, though. But his father loved pro wrestling. My great-grandfather. He passed before I ever met him. But my grandfather told me he loved this guy, the Moose. This guy, the Moose. Well, this is that guy, the Moose. Big Moose Cholak. He's kind of like a Fred Flintstone of pro wrestling.
He is a very big man. Let me get the tail of the tape with him. Oh my gosh, he's from Maine. Yeah, he's a Croatian guy from Maine, I guess. He used to run from, they say here, from 360 to 365 pounds.
Okay. Okay.
I'm guessing right now he's probably at 365, having been a man that size myself. Very big guy. Holy cow, he's tall. Moose Cholak.
They didn't have it in the entrance here, but in other matches you'll see he wears a moose's head to the ring. It's gutted out, but yeah, he wears a moose's head over his head. Yeah.
I love that. Joe, this was in 1961, so as you know, probably about 10 years at this point, Gorgeous George has been one of the biggest wrestlers.
Right.
So people really do love a big character. They love a big gimmick, as they say.
Well, I mean, Big Moose is big, but I tell you, Mr. Right there, he's no slouch either.
Nice lockup. Look at them bending way down with a lockup. Brian, what do you think the thinking is with that low lockup like that? I've never seen that.
I think I don't know what they're thinking. I think a lot of these guys who are football players and boxers or whatever, and just kind of fall into this. You know, there's not all of them are trained by a doc or anything like that. There's not all these Ed the Stranglers. I think there was a lot of, big guys who played Indians and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I definitely know that you're right about football. We watched a match weeks ago with Woody Strode, who's a well-known actor, but also a professional football player.
Okay.
And as you know, at that time, they were not making such big money playing sports that they could just take half a year off. So these guys would go be professional wrestlers.
Yeah. There was some Rod Sterling movie with about a boxer who becomes a pro wrestler. I forget what it's called. It's fantastic, though. But that's it. I think a lot of these guys just kind of, they were athletes who needed to find a way to make money. And it was kind of a disgraceful thing because people would mock it and, it's phony. And so there's probably a lot of embarrassment with some of these guys doing it.
I think so. I definitely think so. Next, okay, so that's 2 double takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
Two double downs. I wonder if that isn't good storytelling to tell you how big and strong these guys are.
That's the only thing this whole match is just these guys showing who's the bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to it.
Nice snapmare.
That was a good one.
Beautiful snapmare. Rear naked choke, I think. Okay.
Here we go.
He's got him in. He's got him locked in that vice. Oh, look at him playing with the ear.
Yeah, like he's the moose, you know.
He's the moose.
That's it. Yep.
I've seen this move in vintage matches quite a bit, Brian. What is this, and have you ever seen this done in the ring yourself?
Yeah,
It's just something to sell the tailbone of the guy. You know, you got him in a waist lock, and you just ride back, and then boom, bring him back down hard on his butt, and it's just kind of a comical thing to sell. It's you know, you could do it in a realistic way, but it's going to be hard to. You wouldn't do this in a realistic way. It's just to sell oafishness, you know.
Yes. Oh, I wish oafishness got you somewhere these days. I would have.
Yeah, right. Can I be a small oaf? Is there such a thing?
No. I remember the last time they tried to do oaf that I remember, it was Sean Stasiak. And that guy's an incredible physical specimen. What a terrible thing to do to him.
Yeah.
Off the ropes comes the big
Moose. My favorite call right there. Oh, that was my favorite.
Here's what I'm loving about Moose. He is just constantly showing his butt, as they say. He's letting the audience.
You know what this reminds me of, guys, is remember when George Foreman, that punch would just come in slow motion, but when it connected, boom, you know.
I think that's it. Did we just see the end of the match?
That was it. That's it.
Oh.
So Bearcat Wright, you know, finally had the strength to pick him up for the body slam.
Oh,
but not enough strength to follow through with the body slam.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. Off the ropes. Boom. Oh, that hurt Big Moose too.
Yeah.
Hey, shake that off.
He's letting it happen. All right, maybe a little communication. I don't know. Oh, body slam. Boom.
And, you know, after that collision, that was it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh God, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Big Moose Cholak taking the win, and now strutting around like he did something.
He did something. Like he did something, right? He was just too fat for the guy.
That's right. That was my plan all along. Be too fat for the other guy.
As I recall, this was the 30-minute time limit, but not needed, obviously.
No. That was it. There's no shine. There's no heat. It's just two dummies seeing who can, you know, knock each other over, you know, for good. And that was it. That was it. He picked him up and it didn't work. And then where do you go from there? Say he kicked out. Then what? There's not going to be any finish better than that. That's the best finish you could have.
And there are plenty of times, Brian, I understand there are plenty of times where they tell you you've got 20 minutes for a match, and at the last minute, right before you go through the curtain, they say, no, we're wrong. You've got 7 minutes. Is that, you think, what they had here?
Oh.
No, I don't. I don't think there was anybody biting a pencil. I sure don't think there was anybody who was
talking in the back with the monitor to the referee through headset, telling him, you know, let's get going. I think that these guys they went out and told me, just give us 5 minutes, you know, and that was it. Give us 5 minutes, and they did belt to belt. It was just about 5 minutes, and nobody looks all that worse off, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have to wonder too. I mean, do they try to make it quick? Because I mean, these are two big guys, especially Moose. I mean, is there a stamina issue possibly? They want to get it done quickly.
It could be that, and it could also be that, like as I put this on play at the same time in the background, and right now, let's see who this is. Yeah, it's Rocky Colombo versus Larry Shane. This is from 1953. It's a couple of cruiserweights, and these guys are just night and day better. Everything looks realistic. It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
This is would have been almost like a bikini match, maybe, or a midget match, or a cruiserweight match, or a tag match. Just something to break up the show. Send out two big guys, but I wonder what a guy like a Luthez would have thought about a guy like a Moose Cholak. Did he hate him? Were they on speaking terms, or did Luthez realize like that's just part of the business? 31 flavor. I don't know.
Did you ever read Luthez's book?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I would loan it to you if I had gotten it back from the last person I loaned it to, as happens with books. But he said one of his favorite guys to work, and maybe you've heard this, Brian, was Andre the Giant.
Oh, no kidding. I hadn't heard that. I didn't know they've even worked.
He loved Andre, and he was wrestling Andre when Andre was still pretty green. He was still pretty new. And and he was like, I don't want to brag, but I taught Andre the drop kick. Andre used to do a drop kick.
Yeah.
Hard to picture.
But Mean Joe Gene, Luthez is probably one of the greatest shooters. And Brian, was he also known as a hooker? Was he a hooker as well?
Yeah. So I wouldn't know what the distinction is. If a hooker is someone that goes in and has to like go and double cross somebody, does that make a hooker?
The hooker could control people through holds.
Oh, okay. I mean, I got the impression that he could, and I think to my understanding, the way things used to go amongst these guys who had the belts, they had to be able to legitimately defend that, because there was double crosses back then, and so and you have to be wary of that. You must have read this, I'm sure. Yeah. So I think guys like Luthez have to be somewhat legitimate. But I think, Gorgeous George has to be legitimate if they ever had a belt on him. Yeah.
That's right. Because he would go to these other territories. It was part of the deal. You go and defend the belt around the country, basically. And some guy might get a little spicy with you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the hookers were used in carnivals when they said, we want a local boy to come in and wrestle, Big Mountain Marco.
Yes.
And so Mountain Marco's got to be able to like control this guy through pain. And that's a shoot, but that's also hooking. Oh my gosh, you mentioned his name earlier, but Ed the Strangler Lewis.
Yeah.
Was a master at that. He was a great carnival wrestler. He could wrestle anybody and win if that was what the job required.
Because he knew all the tricks, all the tactics, huh?
Knew all the tricks, the small joint manipulations. How to control a guy with his ring finger.
Yeah.
You ever wrestled a guy like that? A guy who could just absolutely take you apart.
The British guys. I mean, training under Regal, any of his contemporaries, Dave Taylor, Robbie Brookside, and Norman Smiley, Fit Finley, any of those British guys can just grab your pinky and just do nothing to it, but all of a sudden you're bending backwards. They got their pig knuckle thing they like to do and stuff, and so yeah. Those guys are guys I've never. I've always liked them, and they've always tolerated me, and so there's never been a need to prove anything. I submitted before trying. Yeah.
Yes. This was one of my best moves in wrestling. Right.
Yeah. I know what that means.
You tap out on the guy. That way he knows you need him to let go right now. That was my signature move. Brian, we're so sorry you have to go, but we totally understand. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. It was great. Good meeting.
I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully we can do it again where I've got more time because the matches I like are about 50 minutes.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be great because I find these 50-minute matches and I'm like, I don't know who can hang with this. You can.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Baron Michelle Leone?
No. I've seen his name, but no.
Yeah. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Yeah.
All right, man. We will talk. We will get the next one lined up when we can.
Please. Soon and often, please.
Thank you, fellas. I hope so.
Thank you, Brian. And folks, that'll do it for us. So hey, go buy some merch. Bye.
Adios.